Hello and welcome.
Hello and welcome to day 23 of 5 minutes for 4 weeks. Practicing the kinks really got me. As I'm nearing the end of practice time, I do want to focus on the piece as a whole rather than just trying to speed up the guitar solo as much as I can, which is what I have been doing the last few weeks. I haven't, I just saw the lyrics Frisco Bay. I know what song that is, and it's not the right song. Here we go. I haven't played the piece in its entirety, the rhythm of the piece in its entirety, in probably close to 3 weeks almost. So I want to try playing the piece in its entirety with the rhythm at 100% speed. It might not be perfect. I plan on playing a little bit slower, but just in terms of practice time, I don't want to. It was at 2 minutes. It's like 2.5 minutes. The piece 2:55 or something. Um, 2:15. So if I slow that down to 50% speed, for instance, that's 4.5 minutes. So I don't want to. I don't want to do that. So I'm just playing it. I just want to get a feel. It's this run isn't about trying to do it perfect. It's just to get a feel of when things come in. I'm probably going to avoid the guitar solo this first time, just and then work on trying to practice at whatever speed I choose, 70%, whatever, to get from the dun 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 to the position for the guitar solo. So let's see how that goes. Hi, Dad. Thank you for joining. Quotation of the day is: "It's never too late to have a happy childhood." Um, there are a few themes in this book. One is about likening friends to gardens. One is um, I forget the other ones, but the other one's about childhood and differentiating immaturity from childhood. Things childhood can be people oftentimes associate childhood with immaturity. You know, so stop being such a baby, and people say things like that. But if we think about childhood, we can think of plenty immature adults, and reaching a certain age does not make a person more mature automatically. Um, However, life's experiences, especially school, oftentimes dampen our creativity, um, our imagination as well. That oftentimes are things; those are things that are associated with childhood. Those are positive things. Perhaps not in certain professions where they want you to just, 1 + 1 = 2 kind of thing, and there's no room for creativity. But for the rest of the professions, creativity is seen as a positive aspect. So it's never too late to have a happy childhood. We can rephrase that: it's never too late to still be creative, to still be imaginative, etc. To think like a child. And I say that in a good way. Remember these commercials from a while ago? They asked little girls, how do you run like a girl? And this is before they had those stereotypes about, oh, running like a girl means you run in a silly way. So running like a girl, and they just ran as fast as they could, kind of thing. So that kind of thing. Running like thinking like a kid. Before we had those negative aspects of kids not thinking clearly. I wrote my dissertation about how what we associate with kids as um, as acting on impulse. I said we can reframe that as, adolescence in particular, or youth, whatever. I said, instead of calling that acting on impulse, we can say acting with passion. And a lot of times, as we get older, we stop and think before we act. And yes, we can think about that as, oh, like, wisdom comes with age, but a lot of times it's that we're no longer passionate, and we have that time, or we use that time to think, is this something I really want to do? Is this the wise thing to do? But with that comes a lack of passion. When there is passion, there is things are done immediately, oftentimes. So same thing here, thinking like a child, um, being imaginative like a child, um, being creative like a child. These are all positive things. Okay, that was a long one, but I had a lot to say. How much time did I? 4 minutes 20. Okay. All right. I have the song loaded up here and playing 100% speed. I haven't played this in a while, so I just listened to the piece before it began. So I have a general sense of where things go. Um, If actually want to start the timer, look in here, and then I already looked in there. I saw. Okay, start the timer. Actually, no, the timer's behind me. All right, this fell this morning. I'm blocking. I gotta move over a bit. There we go. The ending is dun 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 dun. That's a little bit too loud. That works. So what happens there? Is that this already? Yeah, you really got me now. Yeah, it is. Okay, wasn't sure. Move back a bit. How does that go? That part. Really good. That's the same. That is the same. Okay, that works. We want to go back to the guitar solo part. Slowing it down to, I'm slowing it down to 50% now or so. So. Okay, that kind of works. Mm. Okay, the question is, what do I do from there? I think about repeating it. That works, something like that. That's done. Okay. So for the guitar, so basically what I did today was I played the whole piece at 100% speed, the rhythm. For the guitar solo, I didn't really play. I just maybe I did just the under the guitar solo. One thing about doing for the guitar solo, I listened to a live version. Oh, hello, dear Hades. I hope you went to bed and woke up nice and early. Um, I what I did for the guitar solo. Good mornings to you too. What I did for the guitar solo this time around. Actually, I was mentioning I watched two live performances last night. I was just curious to hear. I wanted to see the guitarist playing that fast. And what they do at a lot of these live concerts, the biggest one I could think of is what song was it? If I remember it. What's that song called? Freebird. The oh goodness. Um dun, 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 dun. There's the one that everyone knows is the live version. There's a different note that's hit in the studio version. So that's just one note difference. But a lot of times what happens is that the a live performance guitar solo will be very different. And I don't know why they do it. Personally, I like if I like a song, I want to hear it as I know it. I don't want to hear people trying to redo it. I like how the band played it. If I want to hear someone redoing it, I can whatever listen to a remix at a local venue. I don't need to see the band. So that's not a personal thing. But anyway, so like the two recordings I heard, one of them was a totally different guitar solo and was much longer also. The original one also might not have met this entirely. It was just so fast. Maybe it did. I'm not sure. But what I think it was? It was a studio. It was a live version from probably circa 67. Is that the year? 64. Wow, this is old. I mean, old in terms of just rock and roll. Like to have that distortion that early on is incredible. And Born to Be Wild was until '68, and we think about that as like one of the classic distortion pieces. Then there's also Come Together, which also I think that's late '60s, but '69. So that's really like the origins of this stuff. I like this stuff. Anyway, so what I was thinking about doing for the guitar solo is those four measures that I learned. I was thinking about just repeating them, because it's one, two, that dun 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 dun. Right, so that first one I can skip, but then dun 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 dun. Those three measures I can repeat. Is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, whatever it is. I can just keep playing those three more or less, and then when I hear once the guitar stops, the guitar stops, the rhythm guitar, the whole guitar solo just keeps doing it. Once I hear like just that, then I can go in and join that. But I feel like I've spent basically a week learning the rhythm and then almost 3 weeks learning the guitar solo. And I'd like those 3 weeks of learning the guitar solo to last more than just four measures. Something about doing it twice, something like that. And I'm probably gonna end up seeing how fast I can do it. It's probably gonna be tricky. I can picture myself playing it whatever at 70% speed, which is super fast for the guitar solo for me. But I'm picturing getting through the verse and then hitting that guitar solo and then just like not playing it correctly and be like, oh, I want to do it again, but like whatever. I want to just stick with it. I have 2 attempts at it during that thing and then just going for it. Because 70% speed. So I'm just doing some math. 2 minutes 15 seconds. So 15 divided by 60, that's a quarter. So 2 1/4 times, or rather divided by 0.7 speed. It's still 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So I could squeeze two of those maybe. Probably do a bit of practice. Probably do 5 minutes of practice and then try to do two performances. Let's see how that goes. So I'm excited for tomorrow, and then I'm excited to get back to piano. I'm enjoying this piece. I guess I would have liked more progress in the amount of time. It is progress. It's just not as noticeable. I guess I feel it, but I feel like it doesn't show maybe. I'm not sure. The piano I'm also more comfortable with, and I really do like Heart, and I really do like this book. Look, Haley. So excited to that. Okay. Anyway, thank you everyone who joined. Hope to see you all again. Yeah, wow. um, yeah. It is a great book. Thank you everyone who joined. Hope to see you all again tomorrow. Hopefully regular time, 7:40 a.m. Eastern time for the performance. A reminder that there is a link available in the description section. I don't have a song picked out for the next guitar. I have the next 1, 2, 3. Tall Dark Handsome Stranger. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have the next, I think, 9 piano pieces picked out, but guitar pieces I don't have. So y'all can feel free to do that. And Haley's being trigger happy. Yay. So reminder there's a link available in the description section with a list of songs from which you make requests. And your request can be honored as soon as the beginning of August. Sorry, that's a month. No, the beginning of July, right? Because I'm starting this piece at the beginning of this next piece at the beginning of June. All right, make it something patriotic, I guess, for July 4th. Born in the USA, Bruce Springfield. Something I don't know. I can figure it out. But thank you everyone who joined. Hope to see you all again tomorrow. Again for the performance. Thank you for all the emoticons, Haley. I appreciate them. And as always, until next time.